Hello, my name is Katie Chavez, and I want to welcome you to my presentation titled The Use of Visual Phonics Teaching Strategy for English Language Learners on Alphabet Instruction for Kindergarten Students. Introduction. As everyone knows, learning the alphabet is the foundation of one's learning. Each kindergarten student entering school is required to learn the alphabet. Mastering the alphabet involves recognizing the alphabet letters, learning each of the letter sounds, producing these letter sounds, and committing all of this information to memory and recalling at a moment's notice. This knowledge will then be applied to every aspect of school curriculum, such as math, reading, writing, spelling, and oral communication. However, ELL students, English language learners, begin school at a disadvantage due to the school district's vague direction of teachers. There is little guidance. There is even less guidance with bilingual teachers, which is ELL students begin at a disadvantage due to the school district's vague and limited directions to regular classroom teachers. There is even less guidance for the bilingual teacher, which, as we all know, bilingual classroom is a relatively new area, even though it is a fast-growing area. All teachers must find and implement an alphabet program in English, and then the bilingual teacher must then translate it into Spanish. Beginning teachers are overwhelmingly challenged by their massive responsibilities and meeting each of their students' needs. The purpose. The purpose of this study was to examine how integrating forms of visual phonics as a teaching strategy and examine how it affects the performance of ELLs in alphabet knowledge. Nar and Cawthorne define and state visual phonics is a multi-sensory system of hand cues and written symbols used to supplement any reading curriculum or reading method. There are many effective teaching strategies for ELL students and regular students. Using a kinesthetic approach such as visual phonics encompasses many aspects of the different styles of learning for all students. Many teachers who are familiar with sign language take advantage of the hand cues and combine the signs with print and sound in order to bridge the alphabet concepts, especially helpful with the English language learner. The methodology. This research focused on two low socioeconomic kindergarten classrooms. Both classrooms were located at Scotland Park Elementary. The non-treatment group was a traditional regular kindergarten classroom that did not receive the visual phonics instructions. The treatment class was made up of ELL kindergarten students that did receive visual phonics instructions. The sample size was 21 students in each of the classrooms. Some relevant characteristics of subgroups for the study included gender, language dominance, socioeconomic status, the years as an ELL learner, limited English proficiency status, and all students were ages 5 to 6. Novice teachers would benefit from visual phonics teaching strategies due to the diversity in student population in many of the schools throughout the country. As the Hispanic population increases, a growing need for teachers of English language learners also is increasingly growing and is in demand. The measurement instruments used were the district benchmark report cards, and a teacher-made alphabet checklist. The following questions guided this study. Will the use of visual phonics be an effective strategy to use for ELLs based on pre- and post-test results? Will the use of visual phonics benefit or hinder alphabet letters and letter sound acquisitions for ELL students who are beginning to acquire the English language? These questions were not solely the focus of this study. Professional developments for all teachers was one of the questions, was a guiding, was one that was, these questions were not solely the focus of this study. Teaching professional developments for all teachers, providing a quality education for all students with a strong foundation for future learning also came into play as the study developed. The results. Using the mean, median, and mode to calculate whether a significant difference existed, the pre-test scores averages for the experimental group indicated that 16.29% of the participants could identify the alphabet letters, and only 14.37% of the participants could identify the alphabet letters for the control group. An interesting development during the pre-test arose was that the students who were able to produce the letter sounds also were able to identify the lowercase alphabet letters. As you can see here, the students in the experimental group, their pre-test average was 16.29%, the median was 18.5, and the mode was 26. At their post-test average was 25.17%, the median was 26, and the mode was 26. For the control group, the visual phonics who did not have the visual phonics, their pretest in comparison to the experimental group was 14.37, noting a little bit of difference there. And their medium was the same as the experimental group, an 18.5%, and their mode, of course, was 26. In their post-average grade, you can see that there was a very similar, exact post-test average of 25.17, and the median was 26, and the mode was 26. A key development that occurred during the study was that a tutor was hired to work with the traditional class. Most definitely had a big influence on the scores of the regular kindergarten class, while the ELL class had much ground to cover due to the language experiences and language obstacles that they had to overcome. Discussion. Due to the small sample size, generalizability could be difficult and reveal limited results. Also, the study would have perhaps yielded different results, probably lower scores for the control group had a tutor not been introduced. This study might have yielded different results had the time frame been longer. Testing consequences could be another issue because the students may not have learned the visual phonics symbol or learned the alphabet letter name due to overstimulation. The majority of consensus is that visual phonics is an effective strategy to use, although consideration should be given to incorporating hands-on activities, the use of manipulatives, literature and song, and extend the learning period time for the students to absorb the concepts and provide practice time on the visual phonics learning aspect. Summary. The use of a multisensory approach such as visual phonics enhances comprehension and develops positive attitudes toward reading and gains the learner's interest. ELLs depend on the visuals and pictures to attempt to recall the vocabulary and make the connections so that they can begin to build social and academic vocabulary. Overall, the use of the visual phonics did make a difference for ELL students. The longer time spent on a particular letter and visual phonics facilitated the connections between the letter names and the letter sounds. Thank you.